Hello everyone. Today I am going to explain you the poem The Ball Poem, and it's written by John Barrowman. And through this poem the poet has tried to convey the message that loss is a fact of life, and the sooner one learns to tolerate it, the better it is. It means that everybody in life has to face one or the other loss, has to bear, and we need to learn how to come out of the situation. And for this, the poet in this poem has depicted one example of a little boy who loses his ball. And we know that ball is not costly one. Uh, it can't ever be, but he is feeling too much upset. He is too much upset, and we'll come to know why he is so upset. And the poet has tried to tell us. The poet thinks that the boy has to learn from the experience of losing, has to learn something. Let's see what does the poet want this boy to learn. Now, if we talk about this poem, then you can find out that if rhyming words, ending words, if we'll see ball, go, then water, balls, and so on, so we can't say there is any sort of rhyme scheme. And but the thing is, you will find that it is rhythmical when we'll read it out. So we say that it is in blank verse. Okay, it is in blank verse. So let us start with the poem. What is the boy now who has lost his ball? What is he to do? I saw it go. Mary bouncing down the street, and then Mary over. There it is in the water. No use to say, oh, there are other balls. An ultimate shaking grief fixes the boy. He as he stands rigid, trembling, staring down. Now let's take first two lines. What is the boy now who has lost his ball? What is he to do? I saw it go. Now here I saw it go. It shows that the poet was standing at that time when this boy about whom he is telling, lost his ball. And the poet is saying, what is the boy now? That is, he has lost his ball, and in which situation he is and how he is feeling. Who has lost his ball? The boy who has lost his ball, how he is feeling. And again he is repeating, what is he to do? That means, what next step he needs to do? He should try to find out the same ball. Would he be able to find it out? And normally we find that when kids playing in the playground or anywhere lose their ball, they try anyhow to find it out. And I saw it go. Mary bouncing down the street, and then Mary over. There it is in the water. Now here we come to know that the ball has gone where? Into the water. Some sort of water body is there. By now we are not being told. And how it went? That is Mary, happily. Now we know that when do we jump? When do we bounce? Bounce means jumping. Jumping. The ball went bouncing, jumping. It was bouncing, jumping merrily, happily. Why this adjective is being used over here? Because normally for human beings or animals or anybody we think of, then they when they are happy, then they jump. So merrily bouncing down the street. That means it went down the street, and after that, then merry over. Merry over, and happily it went out of his sight. Where did he go? There it is in the water. And at the end of the street there was water, something water body was there, and it went inside that water. And now the boy was finding that it is difficult for him to find it out. No use to say, oh, they are other balls. Now the poet is saying who was witnessing, who has seen that the ball this boy has lost. He said that the poet felt that no use to say, oh, they are other balls. Now the boy was upset. Why? Because he has lost his ball. But why the poet is saying that there is no benefit of saying him that in the market there are many balls and you can buy one? An ultimate that is final, shaking, trembling movement, grief, sorrow fixes the boy, make him still. Now you can see the situation. Firstly, he followed the ball. The boy followed the ball when it was moving down the street, and when he found that now it is out of his approach, firstly he got trembled. He shook, and after that he felt grief, sorrow. And then he was not making any sort of movement. He fixed his eyes and body that was still. The boy, as he stand rigid, hard, that is hard, trembling, rigid, still, hard, something hard which doesn't make any movement, and trembling, and again shaking, staring down all his young days into the harbor where his ball went. Now, here he says that we are being told, the poet is saying that he didn't find any benefit of telling the boy that who has lost his ball, who was grief stricken, who was still, didn't make any sort of movement, and who was looking continuously, staring at the road from where that ball has gone, and why he was not having any use, because he said all his young days into. Now, young days here, poetical device, if we talk about, there is metaphor. And metaphor we say whenever there is comparison. Now, in young days, what comparison is being made? That is young days. We don't say ever that days are young or old. These are human beings only. Here, the poet wants to say the childhood days which he had spent along with this ball. Okay, comparison in such a way is being made, that's why there is metaphor. And he has spent his earlier a few days, or it can be long time he has spent of his childhood, that's why he is having some sort of attachment with this ball, and because of which he is feeling sad, he is grieved, and that's why the poet is saying, oh, there are other balls. If I'll be saying, then it is of no use, because he is having some sort of attachment with them. And where this ball has gone? The harbor where his ball went. Harbor, that is port, we know that where ships before starting sail and after their sail they stay. So here I think that harbor, why harbor only is being taken over here? It's a big water body that is at the shore of sea. Then it, I think, refers to the life. In life, we are having many a times we face losses. That's why he wanted to take some sort of big water body. That's why he has taken harbor over here, where his ball has gone. Now he is not able to. The boy is not able to find his ball back, and where has it gone? That is in the harbor. I would not intrude on him. Intrude, that is interfere. Now again the poet is saying, earlier he was finding that there is no use of saying him that in the market many balls are there and he can buy one. Now he says, I would not intrude on him. That is, I would not interfere. I would not like to uh, go close to him when he is not interested to listen. Why he is not interested? Because he is upset. And he says that I don't want to disturb him, I don't want to go close to him, and to I why? Because second one thing is that he is feeling that he is upset, and second thing is a dime another ball is worthless, and he said that if I would think that I should go close to him and I should say that I'll provide you a dime. Dime is 10 cents, that is money, coin we can say. And he says that if I'll offer him money to buy new ball, or I'll myself buy one ball, another ball I'll provide him, is worthless, is useless, that will be of no use for him. Why? Because he is having attachment with the particular ball and he wanted that same ball. Now he senses first responsibility. He says that second thing. Firstly, that is he don't want to interfere because he is upset, the boy is upset and he would not listen to him. Second thing is that he knew that at this point he senses first responsibility. The little boy is undergoing a transformation when he is coming to the realization of responsibility. Responsibility for what? That is, he would definitely face losses in his life, in future life also. And this was the first time, this might be the first time he is bearing loss. That's why he is feeling bad. But the thing is, he is learning something. First experience it is of loss for him. And so he says that he must not fret and regret. He must not feel bad. And if he would be going over there and console him, that means the boy will get deprived of this sensibility, this sense which he would be learning. So he want the boy to learn on his own. In the world, in a world of possession, why he is saying that he is learning? Because in the world of possession, materialistic world, where there are many things around us, like a house we think about, our car, our gadgets which we use, and along with that there are people also, near and dear people. We are surrounded with these all. People will take balls and balls, will be lost always. He says that people will take balls and ball, will be lost always. That is, people who are having balls and balls are symbolic of possessions. And possessions, the things we are having, which are useful to us, and along with that people whom we love too much. And he says that will be lost always, and in life we'll be losing them definitely. We can't keep anything forever with us. Even our relations we can't keep with us always, because people, they are to die anyhow. So he says that people will take balls and balls will be lost always. And this thing this boy is learning from his loss of ball. Little boy, and no one buys a ball bag. Buys a ball bag. He says that this little boy and nobody else can buy, would like to buy the same ball bag. Why? Because first thing is, if the thing is cheap, even then one would aspire to have new thing. If it is costly, it might be beyond one's approach, one would not be able to buy that one. And if we take ball as our personal relations, our near and dear ones, after their death, we won't be able to bring them back. So we can't get them back. And here, balls and balls, we find that these words balls are is repeated. So here is a repetition poetical device, and here buys a ball back. B sound is repeated in nearest order, so there is alliteration. I hope this comparison has told you what is the distinction between alliteration and repetition. When words are repeated, then which poetic device will be there? That is repetition. If only sound is being repeated, b, b, then we say there is alliteration. So up to now we come to know that poet wants this child, this little boy, to learn, to experience, to get experience from his loss. Money is external, that is of the outside, thing that is outside, related to outside things. Money that we can lose and we can gain very easily. So it is not important, and it is of no use. No, we can't say no use, that is of minute importance. And he is learning. Now here, why he has told money is external, that is money is the thing with which we can buy one or the other thing, we can easily earn, we can lose it also. So the thing is, it is not related to the emotions, feelings of one. And that is, here he says he is learning well behind his desperate eyes. Desperate, that is hopeless. Why hopeless eyes? Because he is not having any sort of hope just now that he can get his ball back. Which ball? Which he has lost just now. So he is learning. He is at present hopeless. His eyes shows that he is hopeless, but even then he is learning much. The epistemology of loss. Epistemology, that is science of knowledge. Epistemology of loss, how to stand up, knowing what every man must one day know, and most know many days how to stand up. Now he is learning what? He is learning what? That is knowledge of loss. It is for the first time he is experiencing loss. But the poet is saying that he must learn, and he is in the process of learning that at every moment of life one can face loss. One has to lose one or the other thing, and at that time we are not to feel bad, we are not to be grieved. What we are to do? We are to stand up. Stand up, that is, we are to come out of stressful situation. That situation which arose stress, we are to come out of that. And after that, knowing what every man must. And he says that he will realize, he will get the knowledge that it is known to everyone. What is known to everyone? That is, one day what every man must one day know, and most know many days how to stand up. He says that most of the people are aware that many days life, one at one or the other step, one has to lose one or the other thing, and one has to, what one has to learn is that how he has to stand up, how he should uh, accept those losses and move on. That is, one should not bend or break at such losses, and one should stand up, bear the situation, and face the situation and move on. And here you can find out must, man must. Here again murmur sound is being repeated, so there is alliteration. And this was all about your poem. And through this poem, the poet has, as I have told you, has given very good lesson that anyhow, whenever we are facing any sort of loss, we must not give up. We must stand up. We must come out of our stress and move on, move forward. Thank you.